Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to a good everything. Welcome to Live with Joan here in Learn to Communicate with Animals with Joan, with me. It's already goofy.
I just want to make sure.
Okay. We're rigged here because my phone was dead because I bent the thing because I've tried to clean the hay out, so it's a whole thing. But of course, Claudia unbent the thing, the little thing inside, and I couldn't. I think I'm charging my phone and I'm not doing a thing. So anyway, we're on her phone with. We're not putting her ear things in my ears.
No, God, no. We don't share that much.
No, yeah. No. Bodily fluids, no. Anyway, here we are, live with Joan, and it's already wacky. So, if you're, say hello and where you're from. Anybody here?
Yes. I'm waiting for people to comment.
Did you hear my stomach?
Mm-hmm.
It was huge. I have a really good lunch today.
Let me see.
So.
Okay, here we go. Leslie Williams says hi.
I knew it. Hello.
Leah Pinkeri says hello.
Hello, Leah.
Daniela Van Amsterdam says hi.
Hi, Daniela.
Leah says, luckily the sound is great.
Okay, good.
Heidi Evans Ensley says good morning.
Good morning, Heidi.
And Joyce Lee Leggett says hi.
Hi, Joyce. Okay. So we're getting ready for the intensive, and it's going to be very fun. Yesterday, I had quite a day, I have to say. I got up, and I finished the book 8:30 on Saturday night. I thought I was going to pull an all-nighter. Finished the Chakra book at about 8:30. Then I didn't know what to do with myself, so eventually I just went to bed. But it was all like, what? And I read through a bit of it, and then I went to bed. And then Sunday, I read through it twice and went to the movies, because I could. And then yesterday I read through it again, and I cut out whole chunks. And I imagine I'll be cutting out chunks. But I made my due date of yesterday. So the Chakra book went in at 5 of 2, 1:55. So East Coast time, made it to the publisher before 5 p.m. And then I drove away and finished the audiobook for the Animal Communication 101, the self-published book that is sitting on Amazon now, but we're taking it down because I've rewritten it, and then the audio is, I think it's really good, and with a great producer. She has been fantastic, and yeah, and so I was so tired that I almost fell asleep on the freeway yesterday. So I got a latte, and I was reading like you cannot believe in that little booth, but it was good. And then I visited my 96-year-old friend, and then I came home. But
so
yeah,
you did nothing yesterday.
Did nothing yesterday. I did not ride, which Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are my riding mornings. But I couldn't do everything. I wanted to get that book in, and I figure the last few days of writing a book are like surreal. So is going into the intensive. That's another like. So we're getting ready. We've got 3 days of animal communication, 3 days of death, dying, and beyond, and 3 days of energy healing. So all things energy field, scalar wave, a little bit of chakras. So some big animal communication fun. And I should do the intro. If you're new to me, my name is Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator, author, TEDx speaker, founder of Communication with All Life University. We have programs for learning animal communication and getting advanced coaching onto being a professional. We have programs for learning energy healing and getting advanced coaching and becoming an energy healer for animals. And then we also have wildlife trips, and I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. And so we have room on the dolphin trip, and we are in the save the date stages of the Tula Tula, which is in September, and so we'll talk a lot about that in a minute. And so come on and say hi. I'm in Santa Clarita, beautiful, sunny Santa Clarita. I had a gorgeous hike this morning, and I was looking this way, and my dogs charged. I had to let go, and they chased for a while a coyote. And so there may or may not have been a lot of cussing, but I got the dogs back. And, when two run after a coyote, if you can just get one back, yeah, it was quite a morning. I'm probably going to need shoulder surgery, but I'll be fine. Anyway, that was my morning.
We have Rosamund Cooper says good afternoon from the UK.
Oh, good afternoon.
Sarah Burkett says, I am so excited for the intensive.
I know, you're going to be here.
That's pretty cool. I
Ta-da.
get to meet Sarah.
Yes.
Shelley Messier says, hello there.
Hello, Shelley.
She says she got the AC 101 book from Amazon and just started reading it last night. Can't wait for the audio. And Daniela Van Amsterdam gives her thumbs up for the intensive and the books. I think it's for the books. Susie Reed says, howdy ladies, what a busy day. Good job.
Thank you.
Heather Shea says, greetings, gorgeous day in Boulder too. Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I bet.
And Jan Ramian says, hi Joan and Claudia. Hi Jan.
Hello. So, so how far have you gotten? So, all right, I know that Shelley bought the AC 101. What we're going to do is gift you the new one since you bought that one, because we have a new one that's getting formatted in the next few days.
I'm more than halfway through,
okay.
More than halfway through. I don't know exactly what page, because on my iPad I can't find the page numbers.
I know. We have that problem with the audio, and that's how we missed 20 pages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, then there you go.
Yeah.
Val Smith says, good morning, super excited to be there for the intensive. And Shelley Messier says, yay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Because the new has some more stories and more information.
It's revamped. It's how long ago did you write the original?
I wrote the original in 2013, and then I rewrote it again in 2018, and I had my editor from... So that's still a good version. That was edited from my Sounds True editor, the woman that edited my second book. What?
Susie. She said, dang coyotes, my dogs think they are Rin Tin Tin.
Yeah, my dogs do too. It was like crazy. And this thing was gorgeous. I mean, it couldn't be very old. I think it was probably, a teenager, like, I got away from home, because it's that time of year, right? Where they're like trying to go out on their own. Yeah, because it just was svelte. You know what I mean? Like, just, yeah, super, so cute. And,
they are very cute.
Oh my God. And my animals are just...
Mine, I know for sure there was a coyote in my front this morning because the dogs went. It was too dark to see, but I knew. I'm like, it's a coyote. They don't bark like that at Bunny when in the dark. They go nuts. I'm like...
Yeah.
Having my morning coffee at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, we're starting now.
Yeah. You have some barking.
Barnaby hears me on the phone with you or with my mom, and he decides to be part of the conversation.
Woo!
He's
Woo!
the worst. Penelope just went, huh?
Yeah. Woo! Woo! I know. I could bark.
All right.
I can do a lion call. I can do a coyote call. I love to do coyote calls from my hill and hear the sound bounce back. They think that I'm sick.
You're a sickling coyote.
And they're all like, uh-oh, where's that one? I'm not kidding. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about 101, and then we're going to talk about trips. So in the 101, I think it's pretty well laid out, right? we're going to we'll do some stuff with it in a few weeks. It's going to come out on October 17th. And then next year will be the Chakra book. And now I have to start, I'm going to give myself a couple weeks. But the other book deal is the Animals in Transition. And I was so overwhelmed yesterday morning at like 6 o'clock at the desk. I was just like, so I looked at the Animals in Transition, and I have 4.5 chapters written out of 12. So the deadline for that is March 30th.
That's what I do.
I got that. You know, the trick is this is why I love the 5 a.m. club, because I get up and I do my thing, meditate, and I didn't this morning, but when I'm in it, meditate, jump rope Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then feed. And on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I do the circuit training at 5:30 after I meditate. And actually, I come in here and do the circuit training and then meditate in here with the sun. It's crazy, gorgeous. But my point is that I can't go too much earlier out on a hike because we only saw one coyote this morning. But if I went out, it's dark. Okay. If I went out at 6, it's still they're still saying goodnight and hunting and settling in. So I don't want to disrupt that. And with the horses, they're still eating. So it's perfect. I write for an hour and a half, and then I either ride or hike, and that's my morning. And then I have work, I still have to go to work. Like today is advanced animal communication, so I get to teach. So right now it's a perfect rhythm. So when I turn that book in, I'll have to get another book deal because God knows. Anyway, that's that. I like the schedule. So, is anyone else here?
Yes. Jan Ramian says, Animals in Transition book. Yeah, can't wait. And Val posted the link to the 5 a.m. club. The book, the 5 a.m. club. She posted your link to the 5 a.m.
Yeah.
club.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, Val's doing it. Val and I were doing it May and June. End of May, June, July. I mean, it's how I finished that book. Yeah. I couldn't have done it otherwise, because what happens in August is we do a full audit of the school. That's the other thing I'm doing, is in the afternoon between classes is I'm rewriting content for the school. Yeah, so I'm just in complete typing mode. That's it. Yeah, that's what it is. So I'm, anyway, yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. Lori Jodar says, I made it. Hi, ladies. Hi, Lori.
Good morning.
Heather Shea says, and then Animal Sanctuary book comes along.
We have our group book.
Yes, that's what we forgot about that.
Yeah, that we start. Yeah, I'm going to be rereading everybody's story. So yeah, we have a group book. But we have lots of, like I said, I don't know how, but I got that book in yesterday, and then the other book is due March 30th. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Ellen Dillon just joined us. Good afternoon. Hello,
Good afternoon.
Ellen. And Val says that the 5 a.m. club is life-changing.
It is life-changing, but then she got a kitten. A bottle-feeding kitten.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then Leah got a kitten. Everyone's got a kitten. I'm living vicariously through everyone.
Yeah, I keep having dreams with kittens, and I'm...
You're down a cat.
No. My daughter even said she had a dream where Lakshmi let her know once she's left us, then we can have a kitten, but not until then. Lakshmi is like, the only reason I haven't gotten a kitten is because of Lakshmi.
Okay.
So, yeah, just like You have your 3 older cats, and you're not going to get a kitten right now.
No. And my cats are acting like kittens. I mean, they're 15.
Yeah.
And lately, the other day, oh my God, Val and Claudia, and I was telling Christina Drake about that last night, and I could not stop laughing. So one of the things we did is I've got all this material that I had written 2 years ago for the animal medical intuition section of the school. So Ellen Dillon and Jan and whoever else is here, there's some great coming up. On top of it all, we have made videos, and I've got a great idea. Oh, have I got an idea? I plotted out the horse move. So we made videos of cats. We wanted to get the gaits, right? A walk, trot, and a canter for a dog, a cat, and a horse. And we do a lot of this at the Medical Intuition here in person. And then I ride. And so, because if you see it on a horse, then you can feel it on, when you get it like ingrained telepathically in your mind of how it is on a horse, you can always do it on a dog or a cat. And that's why, a lot of times I can detect a lameness before it's coming on, or you'll know, like with a cat, that it's like a little hitch in the giddy up, and that's why they're not getting the litter box. Anyway, so we made these videos, and I sat over there with the camera on the floor. Val put a camera right here on one side, and Claudia was by the bedroom door. My house is not big. So I had the treats, and we had the dogs locked on the catio, and we opened the door and let the cats run to the treats. And the video footage of slow motion, the cats, it took us down. It took us down.
We also had the expectation that they were going to do it right the first. They were just going to come running
in. Like they went around
Buster Keaton went around me, bypassed all the cameras.
Yeah. So anyway, it took a few takes, and Val says it was her best work day ever.
She said, best day of my life. She just wrote
Yeah. And then we did it with the dogs, too. And that was, it was unbelievable. The side view of the slow motion cantering. It's too much.
Abby full slow motion, and then she turns and looks at the camera.
Yeah. She broke the fourth wall. Anyway, it was straight out of like Bud Court in, when you look straight at the camera in, oh, come on.
Oh, God, me? You can't put me on the spot
Bud
like that.
Court, Harold and Maude.
Yeah.
Again, he'd look at the camera. That was Abby. Anyway.
Rosamund Cooper says, sounds hilarious. We laughed pretty hard.
We laughed so hard.
But they were great.
So what I want to do with the horses is get Drakkar down at the bottom of the Val, down at the bottom. And we're going to be at different angles. And because he's going to do a canter to the left. He'll do he does flying lead changes when he comes up.
Oh, wow.
So we can, I got ideas. We're pulling the iPads out too.
Val says that's a Deadpool move too. Ryan Reynolds. Yes. I confuse him with Ryan Gosling.
No, there's no confusion. Ryan Gosling is the man. There's nothing confusing.
I knew it was
so cute it hurts. It hurts me how much I love him.
We've gone off the rails, people.
Yeah, we've gone off the rails. We went from horses cantering to Ryan Gosling, and then it's just over. I have nothing else to talk about.
Okay.
Anyway, we've been working on. So we've got some great content going into the back of the school. At least you'll laugh. So that's it. Horses and dogs and cats moving. But it's still, even if you get these videos, it's still worth coming to. That's what we haven't talked about, stuff coming up. We have animal communication, death, dying, and beyond, and energy healing for animals in the intensive. And it's a small group, so there's still room, but it's going to be very intimate and very fun. There's a potluck Saturday night. Then we have what do we have here? We have the
Medical intuition in person,
animal medical intuition in person.
November 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Right. And then the 9th and 10th, we have Lola from the Northwest School of Animal Massage will be here teaching like an intro massage for horses and for dogs. Actually, for dogs Saturday and for horses Sunday.
And it's a great combination, right, of do the medical intuition and then you bring in Lola's teaching of, sorry, there's something flying around me, of the animal massage, and it just will take it deeper. I've taken both the in-person medical and I've taken Lola's class. I'm doing it again because it took my medical intuition to a whole other level. And yeah, it's a...
And Lola is coming down early to take the medical intuition.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, she's going to love it.
Yeah, it's a great way to understand the biodynamics and how that affects everything. Heather wants to know if there is a certification for massage next year with Lola School.
With Lola School, yeah. And that's in March. I don't know. Is that in the calendar? Leah's going to be scrambling to put it in the calendar so I can be like, yeah, it's on. Yes, it is. It's the March 17th through the 21st. And it's the Equine or Canine Massage Practicum. And then on the 30th, my other book is due.
Yeah,
Yes.
Leah said March 17th, 2025.
Yeah, and then, So that's it.
And so that's in person, and then this month, oh my God, it's October 1st. October 23rd is Animal Communication Level 1.
Oh yeah, that. And then...
Which Animal Communication Level 1 is kind of like when I talk to people on the phone, I explain to them that it's kind of you want to check out, get your toes wet or get your feet wet, whatever, put your toes in, see if this speaks to you. It's 10 weeks. I was explaining talking to someone yesterday, I said, the difference between an immersive and the 10-week class is one is when you go to the gym, you're not going to expect to have muscles in one day, right, or a day and a half.
I do.
I went to yoga this morning. I'm like, do I look?
You do.
No, okay. But it's a great way to, you call it the entry point, right, to all things animal communication and energy healing, and it really is because it helps, it reminds you of your telepathic muscle and it helps you build it. It builds your confidence. You're doing it in a safe environment. It's a structure. It's the first, what I call the first building block to all things,
Animal communication.
Yeah, like you say.
And the thing also about the 10-week class, the AC Level 1, is, the immersive or the intensive is intense, right? You're like, you're going to kind of grow to a next level. But the thing that I love about AC Level 1 is, and for those, like Sarah just took it, Jan, Ellen, tell me if I'm wrong, but you start to see how you could be integrating this into your everyday life, right? Like I'm sitting down, I'm getting quiet, like it's looking at, oh wait, this is my life. Because it's in the middle of the day, it's in your life, it's there's homework, and so it's it's a great way to see yourself doing this, as opposed to like the intensives or the immersives are like also great for a different reason because they are so intense and so immersive that you definitely up level. But if you have had this solid, consistent, then that up level is really you've got such a strong foundation. Your up level can just keep going, right? And that's what it is. I think that the fundamental or the AC Level 1 is like the foundation, and the growing the roots.
That's what it is. It's the growing the roots.
Yeah.
I did the intensive first, so I had that 3-day animal communication workshop, which for me was kind of like, oh, this planted a huge seed,
Yeah.
right? And if I look at it as that, or if you're doing it after you do the AC level 1, it's like you are now feeding the plant. It's just, you can put it in anywhere in the program, and it's fantastic no matter where you put it.
Yeah.
So
there's a birthday girl. It was her birthday last week, but I had so much. We sang and we did stuff, and she had a special day. But Abby's right here. Here's her tail.
Hi. Oh, great. Now she's going to rip off the head. Hi.
Yeah.
Go to Joan. Go to Joan. Go get on camera. Go on. All right.
Okay, so anything else?
And then we've got energy.
Oh,
healing
energy
animals
healing.
in November. Okay, Abby, stop. She's got one of those destructive tails that'll just knock everything over. We've got energy healing for animals, level 1, starting in November.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start any way you want to try. You could do energy healing for animals. You could do animal communication. But if you really want to do this like step by step, build on itself, I would start with animal communication level 1 and keep going, because that you're always going to go back to animal communication.
You're always going to go back to animal communication. It's true. No matter what. Right, Abs? Do you want to be on camera? Should we turn and look at Abby?
Yeah. I just don't want to rip this out of your ears.
It's not in my ears.
Oh, yeah, well. Hi, Abs. Of course.
Is it your birthday? Was it your birthday the other day?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. Jan Ramian says, it is great learning animal communication, but the getting neutral practice was the best, as it made a huge difference in my life.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like all these, little things we learn to be good at animal communication, like getting neutral, being able to drop in and get quiet, being able to, trust yourself, trust your intuition, all of that. It's life-changing skills that come in so handy.
Can I share about what happened to me with animal communication level 1?
Mm-hmm.
So I've said this before, but you've brought it up, but it's been a while. I started with the intensive 2018, fall 2018. And my mom and grandma came to visit that Christmas. And my mother and I are very close, but we have a very special dynamic, as daughters and mothers do. And it can be very challenging. She stayed with me. Little did I know that, of course, in animal communication and that grounding and neutrality was going to help me get through that dynamic for the whole time my mom was with us. And it was the best trip we've ever had together. So.
And you've continued.
Yes.
You continued, like, you up-leveled your closeness, and you've continued that without a lot of, and you handle when she gets.
And there's been a lot of
you handle it differently.
Situations that we've had to manage because of, like, my grandmother getting injured and all of these things, that we've been able to, having this practice, and my mom and grandma say, I ground them. So.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
She was not that kind of girl before.
No. Nuh-uh.
Yeah. She could have whipped them all into a frenzy.
Oh, yeah. I've been known to do that to a few people. Not in a good way. Okay. Shelly Messier says, happy birthday, Abby. Rosamund Cooper says, beautiful birthday girl. Oh, she's ridiculous. And on top of that, she's as funny as she is beautiful. It's
true. It's all true. Yeah. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about was the trips, the upcoming trips. And I wondered, a couple things. I'm always looking at, like, fishies.
I thought that was you, because
places
that's what
to go.
You wear. That's like the colors you wear.
I know. I have underwater outfits. I have some new outfits, though, since my days. Okay, so, yeah.
Susie says Carly is 21 today.
I saw that. Tell her happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Carly.
That's crazy. Okay, so I have lists of trips that I'd like to do. And I want to talk about also the dolphin trip, and I have some props.
I saw that.
Some props.
I was looking for the mic. I'm like,
Yeah, no, we have some props. So we have the dolphin trip coming up, and we have someone who's about to join. Maybe 2 people are about to join. So that means that there's only going to be 4 spots left. And then, okay, if you were to do a trip in the future, how many people are interested? I'm just going to throw out, like, would people want to go back to the white lions? The snow leopards in India? Jaguars in the Pantanal? That I cannot wait for. And then my friend Kay, that went to India and that's probably going to go to Tula Tula. She says that jaguars have sex all day long.
okay.
Yeah. Anyway. So that would be going to Jaguar and the Amazon. So the other thing that I think would be really cool would be Namibia doing the Skeleton Coast and Etosha, and then going back to the Cheetah Conservation Fund, spending a few days there. Gibbon tour in Laos, where you live in the trees, you stay in tree houses, and you zip line through the jungle with gibbons. Right? Who doesn't want to do that? Okay.
I'm just going to just assume I want all of these trips because I'm tired of lifting my hands up.
Okay. Manitoba for polar bears and beluga whales. Sumatra for orangutans. Vancouver for the spirit bear and orcas. Have you ever seen the spirit bear?
Mm-mm.
It's a white grizzly.
And orcas?
And orcas, yeah. It's further north than Vancouver. It's incredible. Okay, where else did I have? There was something else. Tibet, Nepal, and Bhutan. Yeah. Machu Picchu. Australia for the sacred sites and the brumbies and the kangaroos.
The brumbies.
A ferry trip through Ireland and Scotland. That. My ex-husband, I was like, I need to do a ferry trip. And he would be like, a what? I'm like, yeah, a ferry trip. Is anyone answering?
Yeah. Daniela in Amsterdam says, Ethiopia, Namibia is amazing.
Yeah, I've always wanted. Oh, and then there's one more. Swimming with the orcas in Norway, and then going up around and seeing polar bears. Up around over Norway, like Lapland, like that whole thing.
Jan Ramian wants to know what is a ferry trip. But hold on. I just want to talk about the swimming the orcas with Norway. Joan showed me a video of a couple that did it. And we both cried when they went under the water and there were all the orcas.
Yeah.
So it is like nothing. I'm like getting chills right now just thinking about it. And polar bears, I was obsessed with as a kid. So.
And then there would be also like the kissing the whales down in Baja, the kissing whales, where you get to kiss the babies.
Okay, so here we go. Danielle in Amsterdam says Scotland, yes. Rosamund Cooper says a ferry trip, yay. Jan wants to know what a ferry trip is.
So it would be going to sacred sites around Ireland and Scotland and seeing where the fairies lived. Yeah, and there's some different tribes. So we would probably, my favorite is one of my favorite books is reading about the Sidhe, which is spelled Siddthe. I forget. Anyway, so it would be like going, probably finding a historian, and, I'm on it. We're going to do a ferry trip. My publisher, Findhorn Press, is in Scotland, and so I keep writing to the acquisitions editor saying, I need to come visit. She's like, yes, and we've been talking about that lately.
Heather Shea said, wait, hold on. Danielle Van Amsterdam says Scandinavia.
Yeah. Well, that would definitely the Norway. Oh, there are ferries there.
Mm-hmm. Heather Shea says yes on ferry trip too. Sarah Burkett, of course, all of the above. Ellen Dillon says you got to be careful with the ferries.
It's true.
Rosamund Cooper says I was in the Isle of Man last week with the ferries.
Wow.
You're my new best friend. Val Smith, guess what Val wants? Ferry trip. And
Isn't
also
that funny?
orcas and polar bears and gibbons and pumas and leopards. Oh my.
Yeah, I know. She's all of the above.
Yeah, me too. All right. Jen Ramian says yes to the ferry trip. Oh my God.
Oh my God, yes.
Incredible.
And then the other thing is that, if we were in the UK, if we were in England, there's down south, like Brighton is here, and then further down is there's the forest there where there are some wild horses. There's the forest ponies, they're called. I know where all the wild horses are around the world. They're actually not wild. There's only one herd of wild horses in there in Mongolia, but feral. Mustangs are feral, and these forest ponies are the same. And the Brumbies were once. Yeah. So there's wild horses everywhere that I want to see, and who would want to do an American wild horse trip? She has raised her hand. She and Sarah. We'd start at Sarah's house, and we would go to the Salt River.
Wait, Sarah Burkett?
Yeah, she lives in Phoenix.
Oh, that's right. Those. I was thinking up here.
Well, there's also if I were going to do a trip, I would start in Phoenix and just go north up to Salt Lake City and then to Wyoming.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Or Colorado. Like, we need to talk to George.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
We need to talk to George. Heather Shea says elves and trolls in Iceland.
Yes. Iceland, though, they just killed a polar bear. I mean, they just... the practices of some of these places, the Faroe Islands with the whales killing, and so, but yeah, I would do that.
Rosamund Cooper says Forest of Dean.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Susie Mora Reed says, maybe about the wild horses. Jan Ramian says yes to wild U.S. trip. Sarah Burkett says, absolutely, I have plenty of room.
Awesome.
Jan Ramian, wild horses. You know that I am like,
I know.
no pun intended, chomping at the bit.
We have to get going. Yeah, they don't have bits, but yeah.
But you know what I mean,
yeah.
horses.
Okay, so then one of the other things that came up about the dolphin trip, which is coming up, is someone had said that they were afraid of snorkeling. And so then I wondered how many other people are afraid of snorkeling. So what I thought I would do
You have to prepare me for this.
is just go ahead and show you some of the, Claudia's lost it, things that are possible. So if you were to just... Oh, it's salty. I was in Mexico last with that.
Plus, we can't hear you, so...
What? Without hearing? Oh. Anyway, also, you know what? If you ever smoked and you want to get rid of these lines, just think about that. This is very good for that. Anyway, my point is that if you were to get used to, because I was talking to Leah because we both read the form that somebody had filled out saying that they had a fear about snorkeling, or a thing about snorkeling. She didn't say if it was a fear. So I thought, this is actually the right way to go. Um,
It's freaking her out.
all the dogs are here. Yeah, no, don't lick it because I know where your tongue's been. Anyway, so maybe the best thing
That's what I was afraid of. Here you go.
is to get a snorkel and to just walk around with it and just get used to it, you know? Because this is a lot, right? This is a lot.
When I was younger, my cousin and I did some snorkeling in Mexico, and she was terrified. And the guy had her do that. He goes, "Put the snorkel on, put the mask on, walk around.
Just walk around.
Walk around and breathe, and you'll see that you're not
Yeah,
suffocating."
because here's the thing.
I loved it. I have to show her. Okay. 10:42. We've had way too much fun.
I know. So the thing is that this is the other way. So maybe Leah could share what she had a fear of. Because Leah had a fear also. And I've spent a lot of time, I did 7 years of back-to-back 2 trips on every June. And then 1 year, the first year, just 1 trip. But I've spent a lot of time tapping with people for them to get in the water.
Didn't you have someone like right as where you were going to get into the water? They said, "I'm afraid of."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to tap with her before she would jump in. And then, so we also have this gal who is she takes people on little day trips every day in Florida. She's unbelievable. She doesn't know tapping, but she could give anybody confidence. So it's like, we got you. And then did Leah write in about what?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. It can be terrifying when that lizard brain kicks in. You want me to breathe underwater, alert, alert. But for me, after some time, I was able to persist, and then it clicked. Once it clicked that I wouldn't die, it was heaven to be under the water with the snorkel. Yeah, it's that I can't breathe. But
so what? So Leah's got case studies for tapping. We can tap with you if you really want to come on a dolphin trip and you're afraid of the water. We can tap, and then I would recommend, getting this and just playing with it, because it doesn't have to be scary unless you're Penelope, but it is. So it's definitely worth playing with, so that you aren't afraid in the water, because the dolphins will sense it, and it's definitely just something you want to just get used to, so that you don't have that fear.
And once you get over that fear, it is one of the most amazing experiences I've ever been in.
Yeah.
It's literally a whole new world.
It's a whole new world. And it's bigger than this world. And you can't even believe it exists. And there's whole worlds in that world you'll never get to. We will never, as humans, get to places underwater because we don't have the ear capability. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, before I read Susie's comment, it's also puts you, for me, I get into a meditative state.
It's
because
very much a meditative state. Right. And then you start hearing the dolphins.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Incredible. So Susie, oh my God, Susie. She says, "I can't regulate my ears for deep dives anymore. Harry, her husband, goes swimming down without me. What a fine partner."
That's funny. And the thing with swimming with the dolphins is we don't go with equipment, right? Like this is it. It's not scuba diving. So you could stay on the surface the whole time and still swim with dolphins because they come up to us. We don't go after them anyway. So, yeah.
And Leah said, and I think this is a perfect note to end on, the memories of being a mermaid in another life come right back.
Right. It's true. Like you completely. I'm looking at my little mermaid on the wall there that I got in Mexico. Yeah, I love being a mermaid. So fairies and mermaids and dragons and unicorns.
Oh.
That's us.
Yep.
Yeah, all of the trips. Okay, so if you're not on the travel newsletter, I would love for you to get on that. So write to assist@joanranquet.com and get on our travel newsletter because we have, the people on the travel newsletter, and don't worry, like Sarah, who goes on all the trips, you guys hear about the trips before anybody else. So anyway, there's if you've been on a trip, you get the first dibs of anything, and then the travel newsletter is the second, and then my general public is third. So get on the travel newsletter and join us on some trips, and keep thinking about, like, if you write to us to get on that, send in what it is you want to do, right? Like if, like Jan, say I want to be on the travel newsletter and I want to go on the ferry trip and a U.S. Mustang trip, things like that. We could do a Mustang and wolves. But the Spirit Bear and Northern Vancouver, like, yeah, I could just lead trips for the rest of my life. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just lead trips and write books. And I mean, the school, you've got cat videos running, so
what else do you need?
What else do you need? Okay, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.